Novella Petronella. Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. Getting through the first part of the holiday season okay. I'm kind of glad. Even though Thanksgiving was great, I'm glad it's over. I do like the holidays, but I don't like all the hype surrounding the holidays. Like when Christmas music starts, which I think it's probably starting, but I'm not listening to the radio. And I don't watch TV, so I can't see any of the commercials. Uh, Less is more, and more is worse, as far as I'm concerned. So my Thanksgiving was really good. I had a friend come over, and both of our families are in other states. So when Thanksgiving comes around, we just do like an orphanage Thanksgiving. We hang out, and it's casual. So I told him, come over. We'll just keep it casual. We can chill here. He came over. He's like, hey, can I take off my shoes? I said, you could, of course you can. And while you're taking off your shoes, head over to that computer over there, because guess what we're doing today? And he said, I know what we're doing. We're going to buy some XRP. I said, that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to show you, because you said you wanted to know. I'll show you how to buy it. So I showed him. He got a Coinbase account. He got a Binance account. And then he bought his first XRP. He bought a few. But when he finished and he knew that he had it in his possession, the look on that man's face was priceless. He had a sparkle in his eye, and I think he felt really good about it. So I shook his hand, and I said, welcome to the club. You are now a holder of XRP. So what he does from here is up to him. He still has not read any of the articles or any of the, hasn't looked at any websites or anything I've sent him, but that's fine. Eventually he will. When he wakes up one day and the price spikes, then he's going to want to read all he can about it. So for now, that's fine. I'm kind of, looking at the price. What is it, 30, almost 35 cents. It would be nice to see it go up again, which, it will at some point, but it's kind of nice to have it so low because you can, you can add to what you have and you can tell people about it while it's still low, and people might be open to it more so than they would if it was $5 or $10 and you were telling them about it. That could be a tough sell. And I think that for me anyway, as I've talked about, I like to talk to people about it that don't know about cryptocurrency and don't know what XRP is, and I like to just talk to them about it. If they're open to it, cool. If not, cool. But I often say that if I don't talk to the people that I love about it, and in 3 or 4 or 5 years the price goes sky high, I don't want anybody coming back to me telling me I didn't tell them about it. Guess what? I did. So I had a friend call me yesterday who's another XRP holder, as it turns out. Also has no idea what it is, but apparently I'm that persuasive. So he called and he wanted to talk about his problems. I've known this guy for many, many years. Really good friend of mine. But he likes to complain sometimes, and he gets, he does this little crying bit. And not to be, insensitive, but I listened to him for about 3 minutes, and then I said, look, you're one of the smartest people that I know. You're street smart. You're wise. You care about people. But this whole shtick that you're doing with the homeless thing, on and off, being homeless, losing your job once again, wanting to leave the state, what do they call that? Geographical cure? Talking about yet giving up another animal that you have in your care. I'm just going to tell you straight up, this is unacceptable. You are better than this. I've seen you do better than this, and I'm not going to co-sign this nonsense of, yeah, your life is so bad, poor you. Everybody that I know, at last count, has problems, and I think it really shows the measure of a man or woman as to what you do about it. So I think you should call me when you've gotten a solution, because I'm not going to talk about your problems anymore. I'm just not going to do it. And I said, dry those tears. I care about you a lot. you're one of my good friends, but I can't entertain this. You're burning through all your friends. And I don't think anyone wants to hear it. And he said, well, it's funny that you said that because 3 of you said the same thing. I said, well, that should tell you something. So call me when you're ready. And we hung up. And it got me thinking, that, I've seen a lot of people who were like what you'd call down and out, homeless, um, drunk, on drugs, what some might call mentally unstable. And I've seen them turn their lives around. I've seen people turn their lives around mentally, emotionally, financially, physically. I'm really big on that, and I know it's possible for anyone in any situation to get out of their current situation if they want to. But a big part of it depends on your intent, your mindset. I remember years ago, I knew this guy when I lived in Venice Beach, and he lived in Malibu. Except he didn't have the money part, but he lived in Malibu. He was a young guy, and we were raw vegans at the time. I was experimenting with the idea of not eating anything cooked, no meat, no dairy, and then I got really hungry. Just kidding. It was actually interesting. It was an interesting experiment. But anyway, he was a raw vegan, and he had some what I thought were really far out ideas. And one day I asked him, because he had been a raw vegan for a lot longer than I did, I said to him, what do you think is like the best diet, the best thing to eat if you had to pick? And he said, I think it really depends on the diet of what your thoughts are. And it took me a second. I was like, that is brilliant. You mean like he's like, yeah, what they put into their head, what thoughts they're choosing. That's more important than any diet. I mean, really, it blew my mind. And I had to go think about that. And years later, I realized he's right. He's absolutely right. And when I talk to people, everybody, I have a lot of people that I deal with at work, clients that I talk to about their careers, friends, family, neighbors, whomever, people out, when I'm out and about. You can really see the impact of someone's internal thoughts in their external world. And my friend that called me is a prime example of that. When he talks about his problems and he talks about how terrible things are, well, it's no wonder he's stuck. When he starts talking about, things being good and prosperity, I've seen his life change, but he gets stuck back in this drought of mental incapacity. I've got another friend. I try not to talk to her too much. I speak to her every couple of months. Same thing. She always talks about how terrible things are. And I just can't entertain that. I think it's so true what this guy told me years ago, which is our thoughts are the most important diet that we have. The people that we surround ourselves with, the things that we read, the things that we watch. You could extend that to, the YouTube channelers, what are they called? YouTubers that you watch. That has an impact. When I watch and entertain these ideas about like, oh, the world is ending, it puts me in a really bad state. And I have to like counter it with something positive. So I try to limit that. It's everywhere. The media, diet is just part of it. So anyway, all this to say that XRP is to me, if you really know what this is about and you see where this is going and you're excited about it, to me, it's a prosperity mindset. Stick with it. I'm not giving you, well, I'm giving you advice, but I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only, obviously. But if you believe in XRP and you hold on to what you have or you add to it, you're going to be rewarded for that, I believe, in the not too distant future. Let's just say 2 to 3 years. I'll just keep it broad. And in my opinion, I think that I and we have a responsibility to share that with the people that we love. Some of them are going to be responsive to it and receptive, and some of them won't. The ones that won't, keep it moving. I can't change those people, and I've stopped trying long ago. But every once in a while, you'll find someone who is receptive to it and wants to hear about it. Stick with that. This is going to be, a very life-changing opportunity for many, many people. And many, many people within the scope of this community, I would say. So in the grand spectrum of things, not that many people. So I do think it's my responsibility to share it with as many people that I love and I care about as I can. Because, fast forward a year, 2 years, 5 years from now, I don't want anybody coming back to me telling me I didn't share this with them. Believe me, everybody that knows me knows that I can't shut up about XRP and the potential of this company and what XRP can do. I give people articles on Ripple. I send them to different websites. I send them to YouTubers and all kinds of information. What they do with that is up to them. So anyway, I even got, I had a chiropractic appointment yesterday, and I've been telling my chiropractor about it, and he keeps telling me he doesn't understand it. And I told him, if I have to bring my laptop here next time and show you what it is and how to buy it, if you're really interested, we'll do that. So each one teach one, I guess is what I'm saying. Anyway, hope everyone's having a wonderful week, and take care.